Welcome back to Relevant Resources. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and like this video and comment down below if you are a social worker, case worker, case manager. I know we do different roles and have different titles, but either way, if you work in this field, comment down below your title, represent, okay? 5 important things to know. So number one is the pay may vary. Um, I've seen salaries of $35,000 and I've also seen salaries of $175,000. One of my friends in California makes that much, and then I have some friends here in Georgia making $35,000. So depending on your role or the job that you're doing, the pay can be low and the pay can be high. It just varies. You'll have to do your research to determine which role may fit best for you and adjust your certifications, your licensure, or whatever to how much you want to get paid, okay? Because most times, like for example, social workers, once you become a licensed clinical social worker, you have that social worker license, they tend to get paid more versus somebody that just has the MSW. So I have a lot of friends with a lot of different educational backgrounds. Oh yeah, and as for me, my name is Yasmin. I have a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling and PhD credits towards a PhD in human and social services. So my background is in counseling, education, child welfare, resource development, and various human services programs. So that's a little bit about me. But let's get back to the video. So number two, this is a very important job no matter what you're doing. If you're doing child welfare, if you're in aging services, if you are AIDS case manager, if you are in mental health services, we do a lot of different things in the human services social work field. So either way it goes, we are doing some very important jobs, and these people need us, our services, and all of the things that we provide, resources, all of that. So this is a very important job. So sometimes it can be a lot, it can be overwhelming, but I just want to say thank you to you all who do it. And if you're interested, I'll have some resources in the description box because some of the companies I'm partnered with are hiring. And if you're needing some services, I got some discount codes for you. All right, so number three, treat people with respect and be mindful of your interaction. So for a lot of these different roles that we do, a lot of us go to college or college educated. Now, a lot of times we are dealing with people who may be in very unfortunate situations. They may not be educated and things like that. One thing that I have come across a lot when I'm working with different clients is that they'll say, oh, my social worker or my case manager made me feel so low, or they talk to me like I'm a nobody and things like that. That's one thing I absolutely hate. So not all of us do it, but I have encountered some myself who kind of have like this superiority complex and things like that. So I always treat people with respect and be mindful of your interactions. When I first started in this field and I was doing like community counseling where I would go see my clients at their homes, my supervisor at the time, she was like, don't go here overdressed. Um, kind of look casual because some of these people kind of feel intimidated by you all coming in there essentially looking like money, and they are in their disadvantaged situations. Now it could vary, but depending on where you are, some people take pride in dressing up and things like that, and which I really used to. But I can also see from where my supervisor at the time was saying that, like, we're going to the hoods and in places like that, we're coming in and in a sense looking like money and coming in with our fancy degrees, and these people are kind of feeling low and things like that. So me, when people see me, they love me. They like, oh, Miss Relevant's my case manager or something like that, because I'm from the hood, so I get it. I get life, and I ultimately came into this field because I wanted to make a difference. So you gonna get everything with me, okay? I'm gonna tell you, listen, you got to get your stuff together. Point blank, period. I'm going to talk to them professionally, but at the same time, in a way that we can communicate so they understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so that's just one. And then be mindful of your interactions. You never know where you may see somebody. I've seen so many clients while I was out shopping with my family and things like that, and I'm like, I'm glad I've never done anything to make these people mad or anything like that, because you never know. Some people could be like, oh, that case manager, she was so mean and nasty to me, she ain't at work now, what's up? I've seen, heard. Okay, so again, be mindful of your interactions, treat people with respect. Coming in at number four, You may use your own vehicle to travel and transport clients. Okay. Now, it comes with the job, but this is kind of also one thing that I hate. Is because when it comes to transporting, you pretty much gotta have money up front. I'm not going to lie. You gotta have money up front to travel. And sometimes we're traveling 2 hours, 3 hours. You gotta have gas money. Um, I came home from a 2 hour visit, not a 2 hour visit, but 2 hours from traveling. And I had a flat tire. Luckily, I had the flat tire 5 minutes from home, but it was like 10 o'clock at night. So you're going to have to make sure you have a budget for gas, upkeep, and things like that until you can get reimbursed. Typically, companies reimburse for mileage. I think it's about 63 cents, something like that. So until you get a reimbursement check, you need to have some funds available so you can put gas in your car to get to your visits. A lot of oil changes. I'm putting a lot of miles on my car, so that's why I really don't do this too long too as well, because I don't really like all the traveling and being out all the time of night and things like that. And it really varies. You may not be out at night. It just depends on when your client is available or whatever, and then sometimes you're doing unannounced. So when you get more into the field, you can inquire a little bit more about that. Number 5. Now, some companies will pay you for your education, and some may have some type of incentive. So one of the companies that I used to work for, they would pay for your degree, but you had to have worked there for at least a year. And then after you worked for them for a year, whatever degrees or whatever you wanted to pursue, they would pay for it. I also worked at another company that did the same. So sometimes these companies will pay for your education. That's something that you can ask during your interview, or when you're reading up on the companies and doing your research to see if they will pay for your education. And then some may have some type of incentive where they may say, well, we pay back your student loans, or they offer some type of student loan forgiveness. So it just really varies, but check out your resources. Okay. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and comment down below on what you think our next topic should be.